Hello everyone, so what if you are learning a new opening and your opponent plays an out-of-the-book move, a move that's very unusual to you. So maybe you will be surprised by his move and you will respond not so good. So here in this video, I will teach you how you will respond against that unusual move based on a familiar piece placement of the new opening that you are studying. And why you have to be happy when your opponent plays unusual, because most likely these are not so good and you will have a very good game, a very good position, and most likely wins you the game. So let's get started. Okay, to be able to have a better understanding how you will respond against that unusual move, we will examine a game from one of the best of all time, Paul Morphy. So first of all, this idea that I will be sharing with you is a general advice on how you will respond on whatever opening that you are studying, whatever unusual move that your opponent plays. Okay, here in this game 4, then e5, then knight f3. This is the usual play for white. So here the standard reply is usually knight c6 or d6 affiliate or defense. Actually, his opponent played in the second move a very unusual way to defend this e5, which is he played queen f6. Queen f6 is already bad in terms of our principle that don't move your queen early in the game. You can also see this in this game, the reason why you don't want to play your queen early in the game. And this is a very good example as well. So a very popular piece placement when you play the Italian opening is to play bishop c4 or knight c3. Okay, so here you can play actually bishop c4 already, but here actually Morphy played knight c3. The idea is very logical to go to knight d5, harassing the queen. This is why moving the queen early in the game usually bad, because it can be harassed, it can be attacked. That's why it's usually bad. And here his opponent played c6 and then defending d5. Usually we want to develop early, but his opponent, this is very logical to defend d5. I think developing the pieces is better, bishop c5 or maybe knight here. Now here, an advice when your opponent plays an unusual move. The first advice that I want to give to you is try to control the center, dominate the center, attack the center, because you have to remember these are unusual, because mostly these moves are unusual because maybe these are undeveloping moves, because these are not a standard way to develop the pieces. These are one of the reasons that these are unusual. That's why you have to be happy when your opponent plays unusual move, because you cannot dominate the game. First, by dominating the center. So attacking the center with d4, attacking this pawn and opening this bishop so that this bishop can develop and can harass the queen. Okay, his opponent replies e takes d4, and here Morphy plays an attacking move again with e5, harassing the queen. His opponent plays queen g6, and Morphy continues the attack of the queen by moving bishop d3. It seems like you attack the queen but you are leaving this pawn, but actually that's the plan of Morphy, giving up this pawn, sacrificing this pawn because he wants to attack the queen again with the rook and opening this file. Because Paul Morphy usually likes to have an active play, he wants to develop fast and attack the king and give a checkmate. So after that, he continues to attack the queen with the move rook g3, queen h5, and again attacking the queen, rook g5, queen h3, and here Morphy plays, guess what? The attack of the queen with the move bishop f1. Actually, he can also do that with bishop f5, but Morphy chooses to play bishop f1, and then his opponent played queen a6, and now Morphy attacks the queen again, knight takes d4. His opponent played queen a7, and as you can see, now Morphy is dominating the center. His pieces are almost all developed, although he gives up a pawn, but it gives him more time, it gives him a strong attack, and that is the reason why, and that's how you can dominate the game when your opponent plays a very unusual move. Okay, so here his opponent played queen a7. Morphy continues with playing knight e4. The threat is to play knight d6, and here his opponent plays h6, attacking this rook, and Morphy continues the attack of the queen with the knight f5. Maybe this is not the most accurate. I think knight d6 here is far better, checking the king. But Morphy played knight f5, queen e6, knight d6 check, continuing the attack, takes, and here his opponent plays king d8, and now Morphy, as usual, wants to attack the queen and wants to gain more time to speed up his attack, and he played the move bishop c4. The idea is simple, attacking the queen, and now he can fork the king and the rook by playing knight takes f7 check. And here his opponent played queen a7, knight takes f7, forking the king, and now his opponent played king c8. Morphy can take the rook, but his opponent can also take this rook. Morphy's attention is more focused against the king, and he wants to checkmate his opponent as early as possible. So therefore, he plays a very forcing move. You can pause the video and maybe analyze first on how he continues the attack. Actually, this is a very forced move that gives him a forced checkmate in just 7 moves. So he starts with queen d6 check. So it forces his opponent to king b6 or just take the queen, of course. Taking the queen is far better because if you play here, then bishop e3. So queen takes d6, pawn takes d6 check, king b6, and now the attack continues with the move bishop e3. And here, black has no choice, he has to play c5. And after that, c5, blocking the check. But here, Morphy just takes the pawn. And his opponent has nothing better than king a5 because he played the knight d8 is a checkmate. So here, his opponent played king a5. And here, try to find the mate into. You can pause the video. Alright, so the move here is rook g3 and rook a3 is unstoppable. His opponent actually tried to play b5, but after rook a3 is a clear checkmate. Alright, so here's the idea. When your opponent plays an unusual move, whatever opening that you are playing, actually these are unusual. These are unusual because these are not standard moves. And for example, a move that quite popular in the bullet, like the bomb cloud, like for example here, is very popular, something like that. Actually, this is so bad opening because actually you can simply control the center with your pawns, and you will have a good space advantage. You can easily develop your pieces and just dominate the game. You can learn from Paul Morphy, which is he control the center, develop his pieces fast, and then launch a strong attack. Again, these are unusual moves because these are usually not good moves. These are not standard moves, and they are not considered in the book because they usually are bad moves, most of them. So remember that, and for sure, most of your games you will have a very good position, and most likely you will win your game. So I hope you'll learn something. So if you want to learn more, please subscribe to Metal Eagle Chess for more chess videos like this.
Hey, check this video out to make sure that you get more important information to bring your chess to the next level.